We tell people that the type of church you attend will determine the type of testimonies they share there.
Yes.
You go to some kinds of churches, 2 minutes, you have this type of church, 2 minutes if you have testimony. Praise the Lord, I got a car last week. Praise God. You go back to your
You
seat.
can even send a text. Pastor, just read my text. I don't want to come out.
My wife was delivered of a set of twins. You go back to your seat.
Amen.
But have you gone to a church where they will tell a mama to share testimonies? Every mama that will share testimonies, irrespective of the time you give them, they will take their time.
Yes. And they are always sincere. They are sincere with their testimonies.
They will say, Mama, ejo, 2 minutes, very la fun yin."
Mama, please, we give you 2 minutes to share your
The
testimonies.
mama will say, "Ko si yo no."
No problem.
Every mama must start with something. Who has an idea?
With a song.
Start with a song.
Listen, I'm blessed. Mama?
How many minutes?
2 minutes. La fun yin, ma.
2. Èṣù ọ̀gá mi máa yára o, ẹ bá ń gbé gbà ọpẹ́, ẹ bá ń gbé gbà ọpẹ́ o.
Mommy, please, can you tell us what God has done for you, please?
Mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́
She
Ọlọ́run
wants to thank God
nítorí wípé kíni o.
because...
Mélòó ni wọ́n rò nínú oore tí bàbá ṣe.
Mommy, please, mommy, there is no time. There's some Kotoluwa ṣe fún yín, please.
Nígbà tí mò ń bọ̀ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì,
Mama was coming to church.
mi ò rọ́kadà.
She did not see bike.
Ọ̀kadà tó gbé mi fẹ́
The
yí mi
Okada
lọ.
carried mommy wanted to fall her
Mo
down.
fẹ́ gbé mi
He wanted
ṣubú.
to fall her down.
Mo sọ pé mo gbé mi
He said, don't
ṣubú.
fall me down.
Orin tó wá sí mi
His son came
lẹ́nu.
to Mama's mouth on the
Ní
bike.
pé rárá, mi ò lè ṣubú. Fẹ̀yìntì, Jésù ni mo.
Mommy, ẹjọ́ kò sáyè, pastor fẹ́ preach. Ẹjọ́, ẹ̀sán kan tó Olúwa ṣe fún
Ó
yín.
ṣàgbé mi dé
The
ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì.
Okada man brought Mama to church
Nígbà tí mo fẹ́ fún
as she
lówó.
wanted to give the man money.
Nǹkan tó yà mí
What
lẹ́nu.
surprised Mama?
Ní pé kò gbọ́wọ́, kò gbòbí, kò gbà nǹkan lọ.
Mommy, ta ló gbárùn kọ́kọ́? Oh my God. Kò sáyè.
Ọlọ́kadà ò gbowó lọ́wọ́ mi.
The Okada man did not collect money from mommy.
Àsọmọ láńlọ́ọ̀dù wà
Not knowing I was a landlord's son.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. Mommy, please go and sit down, please.
Ẹ má bínú, ó tún kù kan.
Remaining one small testimony.
Ẹ bá mi ra bàbá fún.
Mommy, Emaraba after the service. Ẹ̀sán kan tó Olúwa ṣe fún yín, please.
Bọ́mọ mi ṣe jí mi nú.
Her son woke her up.
Ó ní màmá.
He said, Mommy.
Ẹ fún mi nọ́mbà
He
méjì.
said, Mommy, give me 2 numbers.
Mo sọ pé nọ́mbà
She
bò.
was like, what kind of numbers are you asking
Mo
for?
ṣáà sọ pé 1
She now said 1
àti 9.
and 9.
Àṣẹ nọ́mbà bàbá Àjẹ̀bú ló wá
Not knowing that
bẹ̀rẹ̀.
was Baba Jebu's sure number that she came to ask for him.
Àṣà bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwẹ̀
She now
àti
started fasting on the Baba Jebu.
Ọlọ́run ṣáà ti ṣe.
God has done it.
Ó ṣáà dẹ̀.
The boy ate the money.
Ara owó náà mi ra
It was
nkárá.
part of the money that she used to buy Ankara.
Tí pásítọ̀ wà wá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì
Pastor went to
láàárọ̀.
church this morning.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. Not Pastor Tiwama, not Pastor. Just one more testimony. Igbo.
Ẹ má bínú, ó tún kú kékeré.
Just one more testimony.
Ẹ̀mí mímọ́ níbo ni kí n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀?
Mommy ẹ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Níbo ni
Mommy ẹ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ parí ẹ̀. Ẹ parí ẹ̀.
Tí n bá ní kí n kárí Olúwa, ilẹ̀ aṣú.
Mommy, ilẹ̀ ti ṣú. Ilẹ̀ ti ṣú. Ẹ̀sán kan tó Olúwa ṣe fún yín. Ilẹ̀ ti ṣú.
Bí mo ṣe wọ kìsì nínú,
Mama entered the kitchen.
mo wá rẹ́fọ́ gbígbẹ.
She saw some dry leaves in the kitchen.
Mo sọ pé irú ẹ̀fọ́ wo lè yí?
What kind of dry leaf is this in the kitchen?
Bí mo ṣe yí mẹ́gùsí.
She took a little from the dry leaf and used to cook egusi soup.
Àṣẹ́gbó ni.
Not knowing that I was in there.
Pásítọ̀ wá bẹ̀ wá wò.
Our pastor, not this our pastor from our local church came to visit us.
Òun náà mi ṣe wọ́n
She
lálejò.
used part of the egusi soup that she cooked with India to pay our pastor a little visit.
Àdúrà tó gbà lọ́jọ́ yẹn.
Most of the prayers that our pastor prayed for us that day,
Èpè ló pọ̀ jù
there was
bẹ́ẹ̀.
more of curses than even prayers.
Instead kí pásítọ̀ sọ pé praise the Lord.
Instead of pastors to say praise the Lord,
Wọ́n kọ́ sọ pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ wo
he
bí.
said, Wobe.
Èmi náà jẹ díẹ̀ ń bẹ́ o.
Mommy ate a little from the egusi
Mo
soup.
kàn jẹ díẹ̀ ń bẹ́.
She ate a little.
Díẹ̀ náà mo jẹ
She
ń bẹ́
ate a little from the egusi
o. Mo
soup.
kàn sọ pé kí n ra pure
She wanted
water
to
ta.
buy pure water outside.
Badagry mò ń
She
gbé.
stays in Badagry.
Bí mo ṣe rìn dé
And
Kòròdú
she
ọ̀yẹ́
fled
mi.
from Thank you so much.
Damola is my name.
Thank you so much and God bless you.
Hello viewers, you're welcome to the show today. This is Bridges on OSBC TV. My name is Deji Adefila. As you know, on this program we have always tried to bring to you for you to enjoy some things that some people are doing in their world. We have shown you various videos of people in Nigeria and also outside of Nigeria, people making impacts in their generation, and we just taking interest in one little thing and making the very best of it. Today I'm also bringing you a Nigerian, of course, in the studios who's going to be talking to us. You will see just before that time a video of part of the things he has been doing, especially in the entertainment world here in Nigeria. But he's also here with me in the studio today. His name is Damola Adegboye. How are you?
I'm very fine, sir.
It's nice to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Wow. Just looking at some of the things you have done,
yeah.
I want us to start this way.
Okay.
What did you study in school?
Well, I studied political science at Osun State University, first degree, political science, University of Ibadan, at the master's level.
For your master's?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's quite, mouth-watering, political science, and you are this very funny. When did you discover yourself?
Well, I started comedy unprofessionally right from secondary school,
What secondary school was that?
Federal Government College, Ikirun, Osun State. I just started unofficially in the drama group. Sometimes I'll do some stuff on the assembly ground, and later I got into the university. It started getting shaped, where people started telling me to anchor events and all. Then immediately I got out of school. Yes, I found myself in it fully. So let's say I started it professionally 2008, 9. Thereabout, but it got better when I got out of the university.
You are from Osun State?
I'm from Osun State.
Where?
I'm from Baga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's the same place with Bengali, right?
I know it's from Bode. Yes, but they are very
close. Okay, but there's something I've always seen about your comedy. You are always alongside Sako.
Yes.
Most of the time.
Yes.
I've spoken with Sako. He's a friend too, and Sako told me that you guys have been together for a while. So
yes.
How did you meet Sako?
Well, I met him in 2011 at Ife. I met him at Ife. We just walked into each other. We just walked up to each other, and we started talking, and it has gotten better. He is my mentor. It's my boss. I call him my comedic father. He's somebody that has put me through a lot because he has been there from the professional side, just way beyond me, and he understands the market, the system, the structure, and how it works. So over the years we've worked together, created so many jokes together, done a lot of events. He's still my boss. We work together now. Yes, so that's how it has been.
Interestingly, how marketable, how viable is the comedy business? Because we hear a lot of things that this comedian, basket mouth, can you call Alibaba? He got some millions for just cracking jokes.
Yeah, yes.
Is it true?
Well, yes, the comedy industry is an industry on its own now, thanks to the likes of Alibaba who institutionalized what comedy is today. Sincerely and of a truth, comedy has been rewarding and is still rewarding. It just requires one understanding its market, understanding the kind of audience that you attract to yourself, and carving a niche for yourself around it. That's going to determine what your market value is going to look like. I've been working with Sako for a number of years. Sako is a corporate comedian. He's somebody that does very ethical jokes. You understand? So if you plot your tent around that cycle, we have different brands of comedians that are doing very well in their chosen aspects of it. But personally, I chose that corporate side that does ethical jokes and does.
Is it because you are a Christian that you do more?
I can't.
I've seen many of your jokes in churches. Especially at Christian gatherings and things like that.
Well, I can't dissociate the content of my jokes from my religious affinity, which is Christianity, and that has always shaped my approach to it. You will not hear Damola do vulgar jokes. You will not hear him do jokes that are not family friendly. The kind of jokes I do are jokes that you can sit down with your family in the sitting room or wherever, listen to, laugh, everybody get entertained, and you can relate with, and you are not scared of the content. That is the kind of things I do.
How do you mean scared?
This is my job and I know what I'm saying. There are so many jokes that are going towards a particular direction. The punchline may be hazardous to the hearings of children or to the hearing of children, which, you know, to a very large extent, children of nowadays, what they hear, you know, what they see reflects in their ways of life, you know, and we have to be very careful about that. So that line of comedy has shaped the kind of market I attract, and to the glory of God, I think I'm doing very well.
I know a lot of comedians, they usually don't use their name, but your name is Damola.
Damola is my name.
You are Damola.
Yes.
You always say Damola is my name.
Yeah, yes.
Why didn't you just get an AK or something?
Well, some people call me Dazzling Damola, you know, Dazzling Damola, but I think I'm very comfortable with Damola because, you know, it's short, it's precise, and I just like the way it sounds.
And it's your name.
And it's my name, you know. So, and you know, when people tell me, okay, what's your name? Damola is my name. You know, most times I'm just very comfortable with it. I'm very, very comfortable with it. Fine, people have asked me, Damola, why don't you use Dazzling D? But you know, I think I like that. I like hearing my name and I like mentioning it. And most times, if you hear my jokes, thank you very much, Damola is my name. You know, that has always been it over the years.
Way it is. Okay, well, I want you to look at this particular area.
Okay.
What is your driving force? I mean, what motivates you, and how does all those jokes just comes into your brain and you start talking?
First, God has always been a very strong force. My major motivation is the quest and perpetual desire to make people happy. Then what brings about the jokes? Yeah, well, inspirations from God, number one. Number two, I open my eyes a lot. I try to listen, I try to watch, I try to see a lot of things. So I try to create my jokes around societal issues, you know, what I see around, and jokes that you can easily relate with. For those that have been privileged, or those that have been privileged, you know, to do jokes, for those that have seen my jokes from, you know, I feel privileged when you see them. You know, you agree with me that those jokes are things you can easily relate with, something that you have seen before, something that is associated to you as a person. You must have experienced it, or somebody close to you must have experienced it. You know, that is where I plot my jokes around. And you know, as a political scientist too, I look at the society, I look at politics, I look at everything, and try to create humor.
But I've not seen you do more of political jokes.
Well, you know, you have to be careful too. Where necessary, I do. Where not necessary, I keep quiet about them. You know, most times, you know, the jokes you see around of mine are the ones that, okay, maybe are done in churches and the likes. You know, there are some other events you do in-house, indoor, that you don't see in public, you know. So most times those kind of jokes come out. But
like today, since the start of today, what have you seen that you can make a joke of it?
Since the start of today, well, I've seen everything. Everything has been normal. But you know, anytime I see, like I saw a child, you know, I saw a child and the way he was relating with his mom
today.
Yes, today. And you know, I smiled. You know, this child was looking into the eyes of his mom. The mom offered him something to take, and he was like, "No, I'm not taking this." You know, it was giving conditions of service. You know, while we were growing up, there was nothing like that. You take what you are given by force. You go for a party. In those days, they count us. Nowadays, you go for a party, you see a child with one bottle of Coke, one child per Coke. When I was growing up, there was nothing like that. They count us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They give us 1 Coke and 5 straw. When I started seeing us taking Coke like communion. But nowadays, things are no more like that. In modern, you know, when I was growing up, mothers will look at their children and they will blink their eyes. When they blink their eyes twice, you get the message. While I was growing up, my mom would blink twice, and the meaning is comport yourself. She blinks 3 times, the meaning is sit down somewhere. If she blinks 4 times, the meaning is amakwadenle, and that is the worst information a child can ever get. That was then. But now, a mother will blink and blink like 50 times. The child will ask, "Mommy, what is wrong with your eye?" No. So, you know, you see all those things every day, and
they are just around us.
They are just around us every day.
Okay, well, but interestingly, I want to ask you, I don't know if you are going to tell me this, but okay. I think you are an honest guy.
Okay.
What has been your most favorable show and that has fetched you so much?
Sincerely, that's a very dynamic question, because my favorable, I make the best of every event I go to. Okay. You know, I don't regard, irrespective of how much you're paying, I don't regard it as I have to give my best here and give my worst here. The little that you do somewhere can be the one that is going to, you know, and they don't even pay more, and that one may not even pay as much as one that they pay so heavily and just do 30 seconds on stage or 1 minute on stage or 2 minutes. I've done an event for 2 minutes that they paid a whooping sum.
Like?
Okay, it was a Christmas carol of a church.
I know, whooping sum like.
Should I disclose amounts? Well, a whooping sum, when I mention a whooping sum now, it's just chicken feed to somebody else. Okay. Do you understand?
Like 6 figures?
Six. That sounds like hundreds of thousands.
Sort of.
Yes. Obviously, of course, they pay hundreds of thousands for events now. Wow. But you know, there are some just do that. They're just even going to give you a handshake, and you know, they fly. There was one that people see everywhere. You know, this one there was one I did in a church in Lagos that people see everywhere, and you know, they talk about and they talk about and they talk about and they talk about myself and Sako. Okay. You know, when that joke was created so many months ago, was I paid anything? Just a month, some years ago, I was not paid anything. But later on, I did that joke again somewhere else, and you know, it went round. And yes, and you will agree with me that the amount of money that was paid at that event, where I did that joke that flew, you cannot compare to the amount of with some other money that have come from bigger events. Do you understand? Yeah. That they paid so much more, or even smaller events that they paid so much more. Do you understand? So I don't look down on any event. Every event. Have you
ever looked dry? You are so on occasion and you just find yourself dry.
Well, you know, the character of the audience will determine the level of your productivity or output. You know, you first understand the kind of people you are talking with. You know, I've done a lot of corporate events where you have group managing directors of companies and all, and you see all of them seated in corporate, and you know, the first thing immediately you get there, you understand the kind of people they are, the kind of thing they want to listen to. You know, you don't just go there and say, "You didn't get one guy. When this guy?" No. You know, no matter how funny the joke is, they'll be looking at you. What was this guy saying? But by the time you have a background to your joke, you do it in English, you do it in a corporate way, it will determine the acceptability. So the fact that a joke is not laughed at a particular time does not actually mean that the joke is not funny. You know, it's just how it is packaged for the character of audience you're talking with.
So, you do any other thing apart from this?
Well, yes, I do. I also.
But you just find a way to manage your time.
I manage my time. I manage my time on both. I also lecture in the university. I lecture in Osun State University. That was born out of the fact that I graduated from there. I'm a graduate assistant there actually. I graduated from there 2012 with a first class, and you know, those that finished with first class were retained to.
Wow, to lecture.
To lecture and also be mentored. Let me put the word mentored.
That's interesting. Well, I must say, you know, it's been a wonderful one, you know, having you in our studios here
I
today.
feel privileged.
You know, to do something particularly for us today. Well, viewers, you have been listening to Damola. Of course, if you have seen the joke, of course, we are still going to show you part of his jokes. You know, what he's doing. He has started to do this, and even to the fact that he went to school, studied very well, and became a graduate, of course, a master's holder in political science. And he's still doing very well, even in the entertainment industry. And like I always say, whatever you're doing out there that is legal, make sure you do it very well. You just never know who is watching you, and that could just, you know, send you probably something and take you into the limelight in everything that you lay your hands on. Damola, I want to say thank you so much for coming.
I feel privileged
on the program today.
Thank you.
I just want to hope that maybe one of these days we are going to have events around here, and then we'll invite you to come and make us laugh.
Why not? You know? I'll be so happy to be associated with such brands.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Well, until next time, when I shall come your way again, just have this joke, and we'll see you again next week. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
How many of you believe that ladies are powerful people? How many of you believe that? If you believe that women are powerful, yeah, that's true. Now, let's assume as a guy, you just bought your car. Let's assume you just bought a Range Rover Sport 2013 model. And as you were driving that car, as a guy, somebody hit the car from behind. Naturally, as a guy, you will react. Now, you hit my car, you will pay for this. It's because the person is a man like you. Let's assume you are driving that same car, and as you are going, suddenly you just hear Gosa from behind. By the time you come out to react, a lady just comes out of the car and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." As a man, you just say, no. It can happen to anybody. I'll sort it out. I'll fix it. My insurance company will fix it. It's okay. I just came to check if you are fine. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm a Yoruba guy, and I don't know if we have people that have faced this kind of challenge before. My father has always told me since I was 2, my father is quite tribalistic, and he has always told me since I was 2, that if you want to get married, please get married from the southwest. Mafe Yibo. My father has always told me that. How many of you have such parents? Yeah, good. A lady had the same challenge, and she summoned courage one day, and she took her fiancé to her father and was like, "Dad, this is the guy I've always told you about." And the Yoruba man said, "How are you?" The guy said, "Oh, all right, sir." He said, "Pele, what's your name?" The guy said, "Bese." The man said, "Bese." Oruko Obìnrin, that's a female name. My sister is Bese. My younger brother's wife's daughter is also Bese, but my sister is Ade Bese. The second one is Oye Bese. So which Bese are you? The guy said, "Indo Bese." Indo Bese. Yeah,
and imagine the girl. It was a girl that he brought home, and he said, "What is your name?"
If it's a girl, all right, she can say Onyi Nisa.
Onyi.
Yeah.
Is it Onyi Damola or Onyi Konsola?
Onyi Chuku Nisa. Now, I'm in Daystar, and I like the fact that this is a kind of church where we don't stress ourselves. Am I right or wrong? Even if you want to pray, stressless prayer points. You hear prayers like, just lift your hands in worship. Tell the Lord, "I love you, Lord."
I love you, Lord.
The grace in fellowship.
We don't share the grace. It's Joshua 1:8.
No, Joshua.
Okay, no, I'm not joking.
Yes,
let him continue, please. Oh, yeah, continue, brother.
In a church very close to my street, if they give you prayer points, it will sound like threat.
Yes, sir.
They don't pray in English. They pray in Yoruba. The pastor can just look at everybody and just say,
Should I interpret?
Please, sir, interpret for me.
Okay.
They'll just look at you.
Aha.
What that one?
You will pray. Listen to me very well. What does bacon do to the body of mosquito?
People will say,
It used to kill it. You will say, "God, turn me to bacon." Oh, tapia. And turn my enemies to mosquito. Oh, Baba, send me the bacon. Baba,
the pastor will now go ahead and say something like,
listen to me very well. I say you should pray.
Lord, help me.
You are speaking English. The thing that is doing does not understand English. Listen to me very well.
Nelson Mandela.
He went to the prison before he became the president. Our former president Olusegun Obasanjo, he went to the prison. Joseph in the Bible, he went to the prison. Now hold your head. You will say, "God, the prison you will go to."
I said, "Pastor Koletoye.
Koletoye.
Damola is my name. Thank you very much.
Damola.